right, gang. We're gonna go through page 288 and 292. These are the pages you worked on Monday. So the first box here is talking about an example of translation. Remember that the SL in translation stands for slide. So this is an example of just taking this box here, sliding it over, sliding it again. So if we take this shape and we have to translate it over, you have to draw it and it has to be a slide. So I'm going to just start with that top box and it comes out and then it goes down through two boxes, up, over. There is my slide. Yours should be neater than mine. I'm drawn with this tool and it's not easy. Okay, let's go down here and take a look at working with fractions. Remember, common denominator, they have to be the same before you can add or subtract a fraction. Your denominator has to be the same. We've said that a few times. So first one should be kind of an easy one. 6/7 minus what gives me 4/7? Well, 6/7 minus 6 minus 2 is 4, so 2/7. The next one is tenths. Okay, 3/10 plus what gives me 9/10? Well, 3 plus what is 9? 6/10. Next one, okay, so now we're finally getting into one we have to convert. So we have 3/5 or we have tenths. Well, we either have to change our tenths into fifths or our fifths into tenths, and that's the one we're going to change. We're going to take our 3/5 and change it to tenths. And remember, whatever you do to the bottom, you have to do to the top. Well, 5 times what is 10? 5 times 2 is 10, so we're going to multiply the 3 times 2 and get 6. 5 times 2 tenths, 6 tenths. So if we look at that now, 3/10 minus, or sorry, 6/10 minus what gives me 1/10? Answer is 5/10. Or 5/10 is the same as half. Okay. Next one, we are going with, we're going to change our fourths, 3/4. We're going to change it into eighths. Well, 3/4 becomes 6/8. We multiply by 2. Now it's easy. 6/8 plus what is 7/8? Answer is 1/8. Okay. Next one, it says circle the numbers that are multiples of 6 and put an X through the numbers that are multiples of 5. Well, okay, the 5s are easy. 0, okay, anything that ends in 0 or 5 is a multiple of 5. If we count by 5s, 5, 10, 15, 20, it always ends in 5 or a 0. 6s are a little more difficult, okay, and we are going to circle those. To do these, I'm going to tell you right now, the easiest way to do these is just to divide them. So you would just write out, okay, well, does 6 go into 38? It does not, okay? 6 times 5 is 30, 6 times 6, 36, 6 times 7, 42, so it does not go into that. Does it go into 84? Well, to do these, you're just going to have to divide them, okay? How many times does 6 go into 8? Little old school division. 6 goes into 8 one time, and you get 1 times 6 is 6. We subtract that, bring down a 2. Oop, that 2 just shot up. Okay. Bring down your 4. 6 goes into that 14 times, so it would go into 84. So I'm going to try to circle 84. Okay. It does go into 150. Hopefully you divided those. It does go into 198. You'd have to divide that one. And I believe it goes into one more. It goes into 540. Okay, so these should be circled and those should be X'd. That's kind of a mess, but bear with me. Okay, down here, parentheses. Okay, it says insert parentheses to make each number sentence true. there's no magic to these guys. But you have to work the problem. And I think some of us look at them and think, oh, it's just not worth the work. You just got to go through them. So you have to go here. If we went here and here, our parentheses, we know that 14 times 18 is going to be far greater than 42, so that's not going to be it. So you have to go here, and then remember to write the answer in up top. Okay, so 18 minus 15 is 3. 14 times 3 is 42. That's where they're going to go. This one, you can go ahead and do this side. Okay, 56 minus 21. Okay, so 56 minus 21 is 35. You write that answer out on the side. So we got to get to 35. Well, on this side, we're going to put parentheses here and there. So 13 minus 6 is 7. 7 times 5 is 35. Same down here. We can do this side. Go ahead and do that first. You know that this side is going to be 6. So on this side now, I got to equal 6. Well, 48 divided by 6, okay? Or 48 divided by 8, okay? 48 divided by 8, okay, is 6. And on this side, we're looking for a number that is less than, and they give you only 2 numbers over here again, less than 16, okay? So a number that is less than 16 would be, parentheses go there, and you get 15. 150, okay, minus or divided by 15 is less than 16. On this side, okay, if you use an average of 7 sheets of paper per day, about how many sheets would you use in 1 week? Well, if you use 7 a day and 7 days in a week, so you would multiply 7 times 7 and get 49. Okay, and now as you move down the line, so if that's 1 week, well, what is that going to be in 4 weeks? You have to take and multiply your 49 times 4, and you get 196. Okay. Next one is, okay, well, 52 weeks. Well, 49 times 52, okay, and you get, I'm going to type this in. Oops. I'm going to type that one in. You get 2,548. 2,548. And what would you get in 2 years? You could use a calculator for this one. 5,096 they have. 1,096. So answers to 288. Hopefully you did some drawing on these. These are not super simple, but I hope you took your time and did your best. Okay, 292. We're going to go through this one in a hurry. So the object below has a shape of a geometric solid. What shape is that? Okay, let me just turn to it here. That would be a rectangular prism for the first one. So rectangular prism. The next one, you have to turn this a quarter turn, rotated clockwise. The way the hands on a clock move. Okay, so rotating it clockwise, this would just basically tip up this way. Okay, so you would come up, over, like just tipping this up clockwise a quarter turn. Okay. Down here, let's not worry about this. We're not going to do that one. Over here, okay, negative 12 is actually greater than negative 19. Okay. Negative 44 is less than 26. Negative 64 is less than 43 hundredths. Negative half and negative 4a is trying to trick you. Those are equal to each other. Negative 28 hundredths is greater than negative 37 hundredths. Okay. Last one, rounding to the nearest tenth. Okay. Here's our tenth. The 4 next to it tells you whether you round it up or stay the same. Here, the 4, remember 5 or greater, we round up 2 point. Oof, that's bad. 2.3. I'm going to go back to this. Okay. Next one, I'll get in the box here. This one we would round up to nearest tenth. Nearest tenth. Remember the 5 tells you to round up. Nearest tenth. And this one is a little different because your 9 would round that up to a 10, which would bring it over to a total of 6. Last one, cinnamon raisin bagel has about 230 calories. About how many calories are in 1 dozen bagels? You have to multiply 230 times a dozen, which is 12. Answer is 2,760 calories. There you go, gang. There are the answers. Remember, take charge of your own learning and make sure you're doing your math. Okay? All right, I'm out.